Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we are back with our Wilder team. As you can see, 27-48, so we're almost done with chapter 27 at this point. Moving into chapter 28, which we might be able to do today. So let's take a quick look at our team here. So looking at the Wilders, we do have a lot of heroes built. Lorzen we have enough copies of. Gorvo we have enough copies of. Cirrus we have enough copies of. To go ahead and focus on them, getting them all set, completely done up to Ascended. We just need food at this point. So with our desired summons, we're actually not going to use them right now just because if we want to build a hero, a majority of them we already have. We have copies of Kaz, which again just need food. We got Gorvo, we got Cirrus, we have Lorzen like I had said. Overall, so we are just waiting to get more furniture, to continue to build this team, get higher signature items, and max out this team. This is the primary team. Like I was saying in the other videos, a majority of the Wilders are built. So we're actually going to be starting to just get food at this point. As you can see, we have 13,000 diamonds. So we'll go ahead, we'll get into the summons. As the heroes continue to get 5 stars, we are dropping them out of the list to continue to build them. That way we can add other heroes. Also, with all of the other factions, we are getting a lot of Ascended heroes as well. As you can see here, we have 4 heroes here. Focusing on getting heroes to Ascended is the priority on this account. And it should be the priority on all of your accounts because as you know from the Field of Stars, you can unlock your desired choice hero summons, which comes from Ascended heroes. Here we go, we have 3 on the Mauler team. Working on Titus right now, again, just need a little bit of food. Graveborn, we're working on our 3rd Ascended here, which would be Baden. Went a little different with this one. As you can see, Pharrell and Kelthar, we haven't pulled any copies of. Even though they're sitting in the wish list, haven't pulled any copies. We're still working on Taylene. She is finally at Mythic. Got her all the way up to Mythic, got her plus 10 signature item. So we will continue to level her up and continue her progression as well as picking up Nakaruru. Right now we are saving for Ezio. 2 accounts we picked up Nakaruru. 2 accounts we were 1 short on each account. So unfortunately not all of the faction accounts got Nakaruru, but the Wilders and the Lightbearers did. So let's go ahead and get into our summons here. So of course we're going to go here. As you can see, we have 41 cards to go ahead and continue looking for Taylene. Not only the most current Voyage of Wonder, but we have been getting a lot of these out of the towers as we're pushing all of our floors. Even here we have 5 Elite Hero Stones, which we got a couple of these out of Theowin's Trial of the Champions. So here we get not a Wilder, look at that. But we did get Nara and we did get Gwen. So overall, a very solid pull. And this one we need food. We have 33 rare heroes, which is a significant amount. I haven't started the Misty Valley on these accounts yet, so we're going to start pretty soon. As you can see from our tower progression, we are almost at floor 200 here on the World Tree. We actually did 10 floors on each of these today, as well as push the main King's Tower as we continue our progression. So in the temple, let's see if we get any other heroes. Just a bunch of rare heroes there. A little bit more food, but as you can see, none for the Wilders. We still need a lot more love on the Wilders. So overall, we have a couple cards here. We have a couple companion summons. We were focusing on Saurus, but again, this is what we're going to save right now. Just for the simple fact, looking at the Wilders, we could add a couple more stars to heroes. Like I had said, Cirrus, Gorvo, and Lorzen, we already have copies enough to get them to Ascended. So everyone is Ascended. At this point, if we get those 3 up, every Wilder will be at an Ascended level because we already have copies of them. We're literally just waiting for food. Kaz is the only one that we don't have enough food to actually ascend, but everyone else we do. And then it's just going to be fodder. So hopefully within the next couple weeks, we hear about a new Wilder coming out because we're going to be at a point in the account where we don't have any more heroes to work on. But it also is kind of a good thing because we can go ahead and bank a little bit of food. So if they drop a new Wilder hero, we can actually do the desired summons to pick up a couple copies of them, and we'll have enough food to go ahead and get them up as far as progression. Look at that. Nice amount of rare cards there. Gives us a couple more emblems, so let's get into the regular summons here, and then we'll do our Taylene Stargazers. There is our first elite, which hopefully it is a wilder. It is Damon. So finally unlocked Damon. I didn't know if it was going to be Theowen, but it is Damon. So we'll collect our diamonds there. Super, super powerful Graveborn hero. All right, so we got a couple summons here. So in the course of the week, we gained almost 15,000 diamonds. Haven't seen any codes lately. Seems very, very scarce as of lately with the codes. So let's go ahead and do some Ascensions here. Couple more rare wilders. We've got an Eironn up. I'm hoping, yep, there's a little bit more food. Fingers crossed that we can build, at least get Lorzen up to Mythic Plus. That'll be able to take him all the way to Ascended. And there's another elite right there, which is copy of Saurus. Building him slowly. Even though we do have him still in the list because he's not at 5 stars. Back-to-back elites, which is second copy of Damon. That'll take him up to Elite Plus. And our final pull here, just a couple more rare cards. All right, so we have one card on the table as well. Let's continue our pull with the Wilder. And this is the reason why I don't wish list the heroes all the way to 5 stars. Another copy of Lorzen there, very nice as we continue to build him. We have 40 cards. Remember, we already have Taylene at Mythic. This account is the first one to have her at Mythic. All of the other ones have her pretty much at Legendary or lower. Nothing on that pull. Hoping to even get a couple cards here. One copy of Taylene right there. If we get another one, we can take her to Mythic Plus already. We have 2 more pulls here. So we're getting pretty lucky with the pulls here. A couple more rare cards. And our final pull, is it going to be a copy of her? It is not a copy of her. But we did get some more experience there. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll pop all these chests, and then we will level up the heroes we have. We still have quite a few summons to do for furnitures, but there is all of our gold. Got another card here. 2 more there. So, all right, so let's check out the temple now. So we got another copy of Lorzen, got the copy of Damon, got an elite copy of Ogi. So looking at our light bearers, like I said, we were just waiting on a couple more copies of Estrilda, waiting on some more food for Cecilia at this point, which we have Hogan. So we'll go with Hogan at this point. And then we'll go with Elite. So that will be the food for Cecilia. So at this point, again, just waiting for her to be able to get some more copies. So once she is in the wish list, so once we pull some more copies, we'll build her up. So they just sit, and then we'll work on Gwen next, essentially. So Gwen will be the next hero that we can focus on with the Lightbearer team. Looking at the Maulers. So we do have a little bit of food there. We have 2 copies of Savius, 2 goalless, which is good. We have Titus as well, but I believe we are 1 copy or 2 copies short of Titus. Sophia we still have not seen. So no luck with that one, but we'll go with goalless here with our Savius copies. And then goalless will actually go up to Legendary Plus here. And all of the off accounts, the reason why I build these is the faction towers, specifically for the faction towers, because it's super, super powerful to have heroes up. I know we have a couple copies there of K-Sauce, so we need 2 more copies of Titus, and he will be up to Ascended, just waiting on him. All right, so let's look at the Wilders. We have Eironn right there, so we have 1 food. We have Ogi, 2 food. And again, we got another copy of Lorzen, but nothing to take him up. But even when we do get enough food, so we need 2 more Elite Plus copies, we will be able to take him up to Ascended, essentially with 2 stars at this point, with the copies we have. And we don't have anyone to 5 stars, because we only have Eironn and we have Namora to 5 stars, but we don't have double copies of them either at this point. All right, so let's look at the Graveborn. Damon we just got up. Torn we still have. So we have 1, 2. We have 3 food there. Not going to be able to add to anyone. So not enough food. We need 1 more of either hero. And we could go ahead and get up Nara actually to Mythic, which would be nice because we do have a couple more copies. But essentially, we will just sit tight with this team. Taylene, unfortunately, we did not pull our 2nd copy to get her up to Mythic Plus. And then, of course, the Hypogens we're just working on as we go ahead and pull them. So let's take a look at the Oaken Inn. Here we're summoned specific for Wilders, as you can see from our wish list. We did drop Lorzen in there. We have Taline in there as well as our other wilders. The only ones that we're not building is essentially Kaz, Almas, and that's really it. So the only two that we don't have in here are Kaz and Almas. So everyone else we're picking up furniture. So we got 1,400 of our Poe coins here. Red little glow there, which means guaranteed we'll get a red piece of furniture for Saurus. So another piece to increase his survivability, which I am hoping with Saurus's furniture and increasing his survivability, he will do a lot better in the campaign with the ability to live past the immediate opening. Second piece there, which is Lorzen. And I believe we do have a red card on the table. So that adds another piece for Saurus, which is... I don't even see him in here. Do we not have Saurus in here? Might have to add him in here, considering we've been using him for quite a bit. There he is. We do have a little bit of his furniture now. All right, so we'll drop him in here. We'll go ahead and just unlock his room. All right, so let's clean out the rooms. We will get him some furniture. Which, look at that. So a lot more health, defense, another over 2,000 defense, accuracy way up, life leech and tenacity up quite a bit. Looking at his set bonus. So we have a couple pieces there for Cirrus. Got a couple pieces there for Gorvo. But overall for him, Saurus receives 10% less damage from enemies when using his Burst Strike or War Strike. So 10% damage reduction is good. His 9-piece, 25% less damage, which is awesome because the Burst Strike and the War Strike he does use very, very frequently. So overall, those two will be very nice. And remember, last time we did get the set bonus for Solus, which is the Floral Spectre set bonus. Let's go ahead and add a little more furniture to Eironn. So attack and defense went up, down a little bit, but crit went up a little bit. Same with Leica. We're starting to get a lot of furniture here. Which, let me see, who do we actually have sets on that we could get 3 set bonuses? Because I thought with Namora we had some Taline pieces on her. But I think here we only have 1. So we only have 1 piece there. I think Leica might have 2 pieces already. Because if she had 2 pieces, essentially we can just add a 3rd piece, which she does. So let's go ahead and grab that 3rd piece for Leica. So we'll have her 3 set bonus as we continue to build them here. All right, so 3 sets for Leica. Which her 3 set bonus, there it is, which does add her multi-shot. So multi-shot actually will increase her damage, hopefully by a significant amount. But looking here at this little tiny piece here, target is the nearest 2 enemies with rapid fire or rapid arrows the first time the ability is used. So going to go ahead and remember, her rapid fire does also reduce defense. That's kind of the big one. So if she's doing her rapid fire arrows, she can go ahead and do a reduction there. Which that just added a lot of stats there for Saurus. So already 23 red pieces overall, which is very, very cool to see. So a couple more gems there. Got a couple more rare stones. All right, so let's look at the heroes themselves. We were focusing on getting Saurus up. As you can see, he does have his 3 set bonus. Here we'll go ahead and enhance. I believe we have 1 more, so he is so close at a plus 28 signature item at this point. Lorzen's at a plus 20. Almas is maxed out, and then everybody else. Eironn's at a 30. We have a plus 20 here for Namora, which her faction gear is kind of all over the board. So I'm not sure. Nope, we don't have any reset scrolls, but let's see what we have here. So we can get some of this gear. I believe we pulled some tier 2 stones, which will go for her weapon, increasing her attack significantly. And also with Tassie, kind of mixed gear. Solus is the only one who has really specific gear. So we can actually use our other tier stone here. So Soulless is going to be able to live, increasing her Floral Spectre's ability to live as well. So the team comp we've been using is Eironn with Leica, Tassie with Namora, and then either swapping in Saurus, who has a 3-set bonus, swapping in Soulless, who has their 3-set bonus. And as you can see, Leica and Eironn both have their 3-set bonus as well. So the team is pretty well set. A little bit more food, and we'll have Lorzen all the way up to 2 stars. And then we want to build Gorvo. Gorvo is going to be the next focus for this account. So overall, these are all of the off items. So I believe strengthening gear here is just the tier 1 stones at this point, which we might as well go ahead and use them, especially with the Graveborn, because we know Chimera is already up. We can get a couple more of these, but the stat increase that they're going to get out of these is very, very important. Same with some of the gear. As long as it has factions, especially like the Celestial gear, because the way that I look at it, even looking here, so we use Rowan for some of our team comps, so we do have the weapon. We use the twins for some of our team comps, so we do have the Celestial items there. We use Chimera in a couple of the events, so we do have armor there, as well as using Sophia on the Maulers. So as long as your gear possesses a faction bonus, I would 100% recommend continuing to strengthen it and continuing to build it with faction bonuses. If the gear does not have faction bonuses, absolutely do not take it to 5 stars. As you can see here, all of my gear here is 5 stars. Here we do have most of it at 5 stars. But again, if it does not have a faction, absolutely do not take it to 5 stars, because it will be gear ultimately that you will waste in the long run, because it's gear you will not enchant and it's gear you will not use. Early game, take it to 3 stars. 3 stars is kind of the minimum, or kind of where you do want to take it to 3 stars. But going any further past 3 stars, do not take the gear any higher. As you can see now, we have all of our gear there to 5 stars, taking up to 28 million already overall combat rating. As we look at 27-48, let's go ahead and we'll get into our campaign push. Before we get into the push, let's go ahead and level up our heroes. We're already at 28 million. So here we are on level 294 already. Let's go ahead and get up to 295, which there's our promo pack. We're not buying any of those. And it looks like we're probably going to run out of gold, which we did before we hit 296. So added a lot of levels onto the team. So 27-48. Let's go ahead and get into this. So we'll put Eironn right into the middle here, which is ideal position because he pulls in 3 of the targets, but as you can see here, banished. But with Soulless and her Floral Spectre just rains damage regardless of where the enemy goes, making her super, super powerful. In the battles that I show, I did slow them down quite a bit. 12 million, 7.65, almost 8 million damage there from Soulless. Bring us to our next boss stage, 27-52. This one I swapped Eironn up to the front because this one we have to deal with Brutus. Since the banish was going on Pharrell, we got a heal there, so pretty much we just have to wait Brutus out with CC. Once he goes immune, we got lucky there because the immunity and the whirlwind went hand in hand, allowing us to go ahead and finish out this battle, which is awesome. Looking at the damage here, 14 million from Eironn, quite a bit from Leica. Leica pulling 7 million damage there. Bring us to 27-56. This one we had to swap in Saurus. Even though he died pretty quick there, we did get a banish on Chimera. Floral Spectre still up. Floral Spectre died. As you can see, that is the 3-piece furniture bonus. The Floral Spectre stays up as a Spectre once it dies, allowing it to continue doing damage while it's up. Very, very cool. 22 million damage there from Eironn to complete that chapter. 27-60, so this is our final stage. Let's pull in, look at that, Mahira and Thane. Floral Spectre died right off the bat, but look at that, just absolutely continues raining. Because remember, once her Spectre dies, it cannot be targeted, but it still does damage. So 16 million there, 7 million from Leica, almost 7 million there from Soulless to conclude chapter 27 at this point. Very, very stoked. Second team moving into chapter 28. Light bears are there, and now the Wilder team is here as well. Chapter 28 making a lot of progression. So 28-4 is our first boss stage here, dealing with Gorvo. Gorvo's crowd control and stuns just absolutely destroyed us there. Even though we want to pull in the enemy Eironn, and Javid was absolutely spot on, Gorvo is very, very tough to deal with. Looking at damage here, 12 million, 6 million, and 6 million respectively. Bring us to our next stage, which was 28-5, the Brutus stage. Anytime that we fight Brutus has always just absolutely destroyed the stage. Plus we have the crowd control, the charm or beguile ability of Namora, and we also do have Shamira. So even though we provided a little bit of crowd control there, got absolutely destroyed here. Swapped up Eironn to a bunch of different times. Tried Lorzen even. Almost we popped in here for a little bit. Still not having any luck getting this stage down. And again, I really feel it is due to Brutus. Brutus just destroys us here. We get absolutely decimated. All right, guys, so after many attempts, 28-5 will be our stopping point. Let's go ahead and collect up our loot here. We're already on level 178, finished out chapter 27, moving into chapter 28. Hoping to get Lorzen up a little bit. I think we really need Gorvo, so Gorvo will definitely focus on building pretty soon. So overall, a great campaign push. 28-5 is where we will go ahead and conclude it. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.